June marked Pride Month, which celebrates the LGBTQ community and has become a regular part of the national fabric. Brands ranging from Levi's to Starbucks to Converse have been getting into the spirit of things for years. But more recently, Pride Month has been targeted by cultural warriors acting in bad faith, and marketers have been forced to deal with the fallout. But if you go beyond the headlines and the hysteria causing them, you'll see that brands would be wise to tune out the noise and focus on doing what's right, both for society and their business. Despite what some bad actors would have you believe, it turns out that most companies are sticking with their LGBTQ marketing strategy, torpedoes be damned. Data from corporate executives and Fortune 500 leaders gathered by Gravity Research and reported by PR Daily shows that 78% of companies are not planning changes to their Pride strategy this year. However, Pride Month is just a single point in time. Brands that want to engage the LGBTQ community for the long term should consider using Pride Month as a springboard for developing stronger ties to the community throughout the year. Transcending Pride Month gives brands a much larger window to show the community that their values align, and it's not just about pushing product. But don't just take my word for it. Todd Sears is the founder and CEO of Allyship, which advocates for LGBTQ equality with nearly 100 members and 40 events annually. In a recent appearance on the ANA Champions of Growth podcast, Sears said that marketers should view Pride Month as Gay New Year's. It's an opportunity to review the last year and make some concrete resolutions for how brands will engage the community moving forward. Examples might include producing an inclusion report, stating legitimate goals, or sponsoring a conference that takes on the issues the community is grappling with and offers some real solutions. Marketers who cultivate relationships with the community on a regular basis are not only showing good faith to gay and trans people, they're also talking with their allies, or folks who support and advocate for them. There are several benefits for marketers who step up their support. For starters, companies that promote gender diversity outperform the market financially, multiple studies show. What's more, businesses with queer-friendly policies had a higher likelihood of being more profitable and having higher stock market valuations, according to a recently released study of 650 publicly traded U.S. companies between 2003 and 2016. If you put any currency in the notion of demographics as destiny, appealing to the queer community for the long term is the most promising path. According to data from Gallup, 7.6% of the U.S. population now identifies as a member of the LGBTQ community. The numbers are much higher among younger cohorts desperately coveted by brand advertisers, with more than 1 in 5 members of Gen Z identifying as queer and nearly 10% of millennials, per Gallup. If your brand is looking for a way to enhance its support and show up for the queer community beyond the month of June, Sears has 3 recommendations. Number 1, walk the walk. Rather than delivering canned statements about being inclusive, marketers should communicate real-world stories about queer individuals and why it matters from a values perspective to bring them into the fold. This is key for brands that want to show up authentically. Number 2, craft more subtle messaging internally. The community pays close attention to companies that create a safe space and communicate that it's okay to come out at work. Advocacy begins at the office. Number 3, speak up. Corporate America has played an important role in the progress of the LGBTQ community. Efforts to roll back that progress can have a detrimental effect on brands' ability to attract new audiences, build new bridges, and grow their top and bottom lines. Brands need to remind themselves of that and take appropriate action. It's important for brand managers to realize that it's less and less about labels and more about how you operate as an organization, your culture, and how you treat people in a realistic and unpatronizing way. Remember, if you show up for this community in a meaningful way, they'll show up for you. For the ANA Champions of Growth podcast, I'm Matthew Schwartz.